Yo, I don't know how you keep growing. I swear you're probably in your, say, early senior age, but you still look good. Huh? You say hi to everybody? Sit. Hey, sit. Rio. Yeah, well, let's keep going. You're too excited. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a breaking news edition / walk and talk edition here on the NJCourts TV news channel. It's been a while since we've done a walk and talk, and of course, when we do these walk and talks, I'm usually with one of my co-hosts, and this morning I've got Rio. Dobby's kicking back. He's enjoying the day. Although it's pretty cool right now and the clouds are out, it'll get hot here in about 10-15 minutes. So yeah, we leave Dobby home whenever it's the summer days, but Rio, he don't care. What up, Mark Miller? What up, Roofer? Let's go. So I'm just going to give it a few minutes for the notification to go out, and then I'm just going to get right to the update, and then we can chat. That's basically all I have for you guys this morning. I do have some paperwork that I can finally share with you, which, although I'm still on the Prism app and doing a walk and talk and not in front of my laptop, because we're such badasses here on the NJCourts TV channel, I'm still able to show and share this paperwork with you, even as I'm walking and talking. But good morning, everybody. It is officially Thursday, July the 18th. Let me just double check that. God damn it. I wish they would just have the 17th. Excuse me. The 17th. Thursday, July the 17th. I'm a day ahead. But hopefully the weather is not too shabby in your part of the country or world for those that watch internationally. Good morning, Good Gravy. Good morning, Kelly. What up, OG Sean White? Unfortunately, Good Gravy, you were not first. I think Mark Miller or Super Roofer was first. But you were officially third, so that still counts. What up, Lego the Wise? Rumor has it Little Lithby filed charges on auto comfort. Let's see. I don't know who Little Lithby is. You'll have to inform me. What up, ICU? Good to see you. Good to see the members of the G as always. What up, St. Always Wins? Morning walk for a morning docs, eh? Hey, your opinion, not mine. Especially coming from a guy who watches people who, I guess, sending pizzas to people's houses isn't doxing in your guys' world. But yeah, public paperwork is doxing, my man. But like I always say to you, that's the great thing about the Constitution that me and my fellow brothers and sisters protected, so that insuls like you, St. Always Wins, can hang out and enjoy free entertainment here in this beautiful country of ours, assuming you're here in the United States. Let me guess, you're probably from Canada, but you can still hang out. Good morning, Alan G. Yeah, we got some court stuff this morning. We're going to wait for some people to come in, let the notification go out, and I'm just going to get with it. I'm here with my boy Rio. We're going on our morning walk. Do this every day. 1, for exercise, but 2, I go get me a little breakfast every morning, which consists of a donut, a yogurt, and sometimes if I'm feeling a little risque, I grab me one of those $1.50 McDonald's Egg McMuffins, which, if you did not know, if you download the McDonald's app, and I'm not sponsored by McDonald's in any way, nor do I want a sponsorship by them, you can get yourself a McMuffin sandwich of your choice. I go with the classic Canadian bacon and ham for $1.50. Now, that is here in my area. Maybe that price changes if you go towards the west or east coast. But not a bad deal, eh? But no pun intended. What up, Curtis D? Rio says good morning. He's just doing his little usual marking of the territory routine. You know how it goes. Making sure he's got fresh urine spots marked along his path. And I'm sure, unless he's already done it, good morning to you, sir. He should probably do his number 2 around the corner like he usually does. And don't worry, I'll try my best not to show you. But so far, it's not a bad day. Clouds are out, but unfortunately, here in my state, when it's a nice cool morning like this, that usually equates to a very hot, humid afternoon. So I just try to enjoy the 1 hour of coolness we get every day, and that's about it. Then the rest of the day, you just try to stay inside, or else you're gonna be a hot, dehydrated motherfucker. $2 for that egg and what? Hold on. Where I live, it's 2 egg, cheese, and sausages for $5. Egg and cheese sausage. Now, is it the McMuffin though, on the English muffin, or is that the biscuit? That's still $2.50 a sandwich. So I think I still got you beat on my McMuffin for $1.50. I think original price on these are like let's just call it $5 for a breakfast sandwich. Get out of here. But for $1.50 now, prior to the whole egg, conspiracy price gouge thing that went on, they were only $1. Can you believe that? You can't even get anything at the dollar store anymore for $1. It's $1.25 plus taxes, unless it's a food item, which I don't know if that qualifies in your state. But in the state of New Mexico, if it's a food item that's not taxed. But for a while, Mickey D's Corporation was running $1 sandwiches, breakfast Sammys for $1, man. I was all over that shit. All right, so let's get with it. I think everybody's been patient enough. Good morning to the 30 of you today. You guys must be my OGs, because I've noticed that consistency of, like, if it's not like a court-related show, I always got that 30 to 40, subscribers count, and I'm happy for that, so thank you. It's kind of nice to know that, starting from back in the days when we only had a couple of OGs, we got almost 50 OGs in chat, so welcome. Now, you ain't my double and triple and quadruple and whatever is after quadruple OGs, like some of y'all in here, which we got some of y'all, like Roofer and I think ICU I saw in chat. Got Kelly and some of the other members of the jury. Most of my members of the jury are double OGs, but welcome to all the new members of the jury. But anywho, where was I going with this? Oh, I think I was going to start the show. Oh yeah, I was just saying hi. Welcome. What up, Alan G? OG in the streets. What up, Sumi, the OG? Definitely an OG. It's a beautiful park here. I've been practicing my drone flying skills. Ooh, I should have brought the drone. They just fucking, ooh, I love when they just do a fresh cut, man. Because that grass ain't, I love wearing my sandals. So when that grass is kind of tall and wet, it's a little annoying. But they just finished cutting that, and they did a great job. Smell that fresh grass clippings. For those that know, you know. For those of you that never go outside, forget about it. You have no clue what I'm talking about. But anywho, yeah, this is the field I've been practicing. Now, I must say, it's kind of funny because I thought I was pretty badass, being able to pilot my DJI Mini 3 the way I have been on a normal mode. Not cinema. Yeah, your boy's on normal mode. I think I'm going to start experimenting with sport mode. But unbeknownst to me, I didn't even know about this hobby called FPV, which is basically a jacked up drone on steroids. And man, I thought I was king shit flying my fucking little Mini 3 at like 2 miles an hour. Holy shit. Dude, I think I'm hooked. Basically, if you've ever had dreams or the inclination to want to be a bird, fly like a bird, and you're afraid to do the, you probably get a little bit of that feeling if you go skydiving, but ultimately, it's going to be the, not new, but it's a fairly new sport in my eyes. What's the one? Wingsuit diving. The wingsuits. So unless you're going to go out and do that, the next closest experience to that, basically flying like a bird, is flying an FPV, which stands for first person view drone. And they got all sorts of different ones, little cine whoops, they're all crazy names. I'm not even going to try to confuse. I'm barely learning myself, but holy shit, does it look like such a fun and awesome hobby. Anyways, all right, so here's the news. We got 40 people in chat. Let's go. So basically, you know, yesterday I came on, we did a breaking news update on this whole arrest that happened, assuming yesterday morning sometime, with Charles, a.k.a. Marlowverse, right? We even brought on the alleged victim, Marissa, a.k.a. Sunset City 13, to come on and tell us more or less what happened. But only thing I didn't have, which I told you at the beginning of yesterday's show, that, you know, usually I'm not a big fan of, you know, doing these type of court coverages without having, you know, public records as my proof. Okay? Now, I was like, basically had 99.9% of that yesterday in the fact that I had confirmed through a, you know, chat conversation with a representative there at the jail of all the information I had disclosed with you yesterday, and the fact that, you know, unless Marissa was just dead ass lying, I was going to assume basically what she said matched what I was, you know, the conversation I had with the representative at the jail. Well, this morning I checked and the paperwork is finally available. So you, members of the public, can even go and search online and see what I'm about to share with you. So all the charges that I told you that this guy was facing yesterday, we can confirm are correct. And I'm going to do that for you right now. Hang tight. It's been a while, so just give me a second. I think all I got to do is just do this. Boom! Let me bring this to the center here. Oops. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Now I can move it. All right, here we go. All right. Well, let's start from there. That's all the charges or all the cases he's currently facing right now in the state of Virginia, okay, in their court system. The ones that we talked about yesterday, the new charges from his arrest yesterday, stemming from his arrest yesterday, are going to be the first three at the top. So just give me a second and we're going to zoom in for you there. All right. So let's start from the first one at the top. You can see the offense date matches basically all the information we spoke about yesterday. So he was arrested on July 6th. He's got a hearing date that probably is either going on right now as we speak, or did already just happen, or is about to start here very soon. But nonetheless, let me not get ahead of myself. So to confirm the charges that we went over yesterday, just in case you forgot, he is, and now we can say with 100% affirmation, woo, look at me using big fancy words, he has definitely been arrested for those charges. So starting from the top, we have one charge of rape by force and threat, which we'll click on that. Let me just go over the three and then we'll individually go into each case, which isn't going to give you any more information than what I told you yesterday, but it'll at least tell us the classification of each charge, which I'm going to guess the first one here is going to be a felony, but we'll double check here in a second. So we've got a charge of rape by force or threat. We've got a second charge here that's going to be consisting of strangulation, which if you've looked at his record here, that's not his first charge he's ever gotten of strangulation. As a matter of fact, he's in another case that he's going to be going in front of a judge on the 23rd of this month. He's going to be facing in one of those cases a second charge of strangulation. And then he's got a third charge he was arrested on yesterday for assault and battery on a family member, which this is going to be his third one of those that he's currently facing between the three active cases he has going on right now. So let's start. Oh, I can't click. I forgot. I thought I was on a website. This is just a picture. So yeah, you guys will have to do it. But whenever you guys go, just Google search State of Virginia District, General District Court case lookup. And you just plug in a first and last name, and then it'll bring you to here. And then you can click on the links. But what I was just going to go down the link. Each link was just to tell you what each classification was for. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, all three of them are felonies. Don't quote me on that. Oh, and just to let you guys know, just in case you didn't see in the title there, I do have a new Power Chat donation link set up. So if any of you guys are curious on helping me test this out, the link is at the top. I pinned it. It's basically powerchat.live/NJCourts TV. You just plug that in and you can do $3. You can type in a text-to-speech message and pick even what voice you want it to be read in. It'll play out of my big old speaker here for everybody to hear. And now we're back on track. Before, I was using another company out of Russia, which was doing great, but up until we got into this whole war with Russia shit where they started making it hard for, you know, people to get paid from that country, that company basically is no longer able to pay me out. I was actually holding some money, but not a lot that I care about. But we'll eventually get back. You know, I'm in no rush. Hopefully, once this war gets situated, we'll go back to having the same financial ties we had with Russia, and I can get that money that's in a bank account over there. But either or, if you want to help out more specifically for the fundraiser we got going on for this badass Midwest IRL road trip tour, which I'm planning on taking off at least sometime before the end of the summer. It's all up to you guys. There you go. That's the link. I didn't have TTS going on for a while because I just didn't have the chance to switch over to a new company. Did my research. It seems like everybody's using PowerChat. I haven't seen too many bad things about it, so here we are. All right, let me see if I can get back to you guys. There you are. All right. Pitch black. Where are you at, dog? Alaska? That or you're in some other place in the world. It's the only reason I can think it could be pitch black where you're at. But yeah, there you go. That's the bucket list of charges he's facing. Now, remember, those are the 3 charges he picked up on yesterday's arrest, which I'm still working on a mugshot for you from yesterday's arrest, and I'm still working on getting an actual incident/booking report that's going to give us a little bit more details on how that went down. But from the story that we heard from Sunset City 13 yesterday, sounds like more or less this was a warrant that was served. So basically, these charges had been filed against him sometime back July 6th. And then he was arrested on the yesterday, I believe, is how this went down. So, and again, until I get the police report, I'm just kind of going by what I heard from the conversation we all listened to yesterday from Sunset City 13. So, as soon as I get that information, I'm going to share that with you, of course, and then we can just continue to get you an update. Now, again, I'm not sure if Charles is going to have the option to be bonded out. As of yesterday, he was on a no bond hold, which basically means you can't get bonded out until a judge allows it. And he was to see a judge today. Now, it doesn't mean the judge is going to say, okay, you saw me, here's your bond. That judge can very much say, you know what? Based on the record you got going on, based on the fact that you were already out on bond, and what's going on with all this shit? Oh, man. Oh, I know what's happening here. Hold on. We're going to take a little pause for the cause. This has been part of this investigation I've been doing. Actually, I better talk in my low voice in case some of these people around here, because they're not going to like me too much. But basically, we've got a Goodwill here, and I'm sure this happens to anybody who's got a Goodwill around them. They've got these donation boxes, right? And maybe the Goodwill doesn't give a shit, but this is what bothers me here, okay? Because people say, well, what do you give a shit? It's not your business or company. You're right, it's not. But I don't like littering. This is what I don't like, okay? This is what bothers me. So let me just give you a quick story. So basically what happens is they have these donation boxes. People go, they donate. What happens is the donation box, especially after the weekend, they get kind of full, right? So then people just start putting their stuff outside, okay? Well, what happens is, and again, I don't know the legality of that because technically the stuff's outside, but maybe it's on their property, whatever, yada, yada. And I don't care, okay? But like I said, what happens is when these people go and start scurrying through the stuff, I think what they're doing is they're hoping, that somebody left some money in a mattress. Old people will donate like old furniture, drawers. They're probably hoping maybe somebody left some money in a drawer. Somebody left some old pill bottles in a medicine drawer, some shit like that. So they're looking for money and drugs, basically, okay? They don't give a shit about clothes or finding a nice new wooden chair, you know what I mean? And in the whole mess of them looking for all this shit, they do this crap. And this has been going on for this whole summer of just this stuff. I've been basically taking pictures and, just kind of, what's it called? When you're just kind of journaling stuff. Oh, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, but yeah, this is what they're doing here. So technically, the stuff's outside the bin, so I don't know how that works, Roofer. I'm going to have to go and ask the people here and see what their thoughts are on that. But like I said, what does bother me is this shit, right? So it looks like they found somebody. And this is, again, what happens is you find somebody's drawer and then they've got old pictures. Dude, how crazy that would be if these were like old pictures. That would be scary if I picked up one of these pictures and it was me. Oh, man, remember this old school film? God, those were back in my pop's days. They used this type of film. Then this is the type of shit you saw back when I was growing up. This type of film. Documenting, thank you. My God, you guys are... Oh, there you go, medication. But, you know, these homeless know this is the... No, oh, Midol, not the stuff we're looking for. So that's exactly what they're doing. It's just hoping they find some money, some drugs, and they make a big mess. All right, anyways, so I've been documenting this the last month through my drone and just doing walks like this and videographing everything. So I'm going to be putting together a big documentary as soon as I finish mine from the summer road trip. And I'm going to be presenting it basically once a month. We have a big film group here that we have an old school theater. It's like a 100-year-old theater downtown. They let the film school use that once a month, and they let anybody in the public go. And basically, as long as your film is like under 30 minutes, they let you play it, you know, and then you can get some input from everybody and all that stuff. But archiving, there you go. That's even a better word. Yeah, so that's the bin. But anyways, oh yeah, let's go get breakfast. See how easy I get distracted? But, so yeah. So there's where we're at on this case. But where I was going with was, what I just showed you was just 3 of the, let's see. I know he's got 7. I'm going to say it's either 6 or 7 active charges he's facing now. And most of those, I think, or all of them, are felonies. So... I mean, regardless of what the outcome's going to be, that's going to be between the judge, the judicial system, and that. But in my opinion, I would be not sitting pretty if I was him right now. That's some serious shit he's facing. So basically, I guess my next update's going to be, you know, whether or not he was issued out a bond, whether or not he was released, whether or not if he was issued out a bond, did he bond out? And, oh, let's ask those people while we're here. I think they're open. NJCourts TV, we're always on the fly. Let's get a quick interview. Let me ask. Oh, they're closed. Never mind. So, ooh, what's that? Damn, they're already putting dude, why is everybody putting Halloween stuff out? Am I just like... They started doing this in Walmart, and I thought for some reason I was, you know, like I started thinking like I died or something, you know, like it is July, right? I'm not tripping out or something. I didn't just maybe something happened to me and I've been at the hospital and they just released me and I didn't know I've been in a coma for the last few months, but we are still in July, right? Just double checking, because this is the second store I've seen that starts putting out. I mean, we're not even close to Halloween yet. You still got fucking... well, I guess technically, well, no, there's a few, like, patriotic holidays. We still got the Labor Day coming up. And then I guess the next biggest one's going to be Halloween. Okay, I see. God damn, that's scary. Fucking corporations, man. Anyways, so yeah, my next update will be and it'll probably be in the form of just a post through the community post section of just, you know, what happened today. And then, of course, once Charles has his court hearing on the 23rd of this month, we actually have a lot of people that have court hearings at the end of this month. We're probably going to be doing a big show to just get you an update on everybody. Summerween. Yeah, this has been, I've got these cool little spots that I've been, basically I've been like coming here every morning and figuring out really good spots that I'm able to fly my drone and obviously fall under all the, you know, the rules and regulations, and still able to provide you guys, once I'm able to, you know, some really cool coverage. It's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe people are going to be like, dude, this is stupid, but I don't know. I think having a camera's eye from the sky brings a news station another tool that we can use, and one that gives us another eye in the sky that maybe generally we wouldn't want to get very close to some of the things that we're archiving and documenting for safety reasons. And now we can because of the drone. And these are things that, because of those safety reasons, other news channels Independent journalists haven't been able to bring you this type of news because of that. And I don't think that's fair. Especially when a lot of this news involves crimes and things that involve you and the public.
You Army Owens, you sent $3. Hey PDF, I thought you don't cover nobodies. You're a PDF file and you've been exposed texting minors on IG. Better stay out of Albuquerque. That's my city, punk. You're a coward and a rat.
Hey! At least I got $3. Well, you can read my disclaimer. You're not going to get those $3 back. And coming from you, I think that was Brandon Q, right? The self-proclaimed Russian mercenary, now self-proclaimed mayor of Albuquerque. Brother, if you want to talk about PDFs, like I say it, I don't know if you've ever heard of the smelt it, dealt it theory. I think you're the last one to ever call anybody that word, brother. But thank you for your $3. I'm sure you worked very hard for that. That or the state of New Mexico worked very hard, the taxpayers, to pay you out once a month, and then you gave that to me. So thank you to the taxpayers in New Mexico for financing Brandon's addiction to donating to streamers. But hey, it helps out for our fundraiser, so I appreciate you. And you know what? We might even bring everybody some coverage of the shithole you live at, Brandon. All right. We are here. I'm going to run in and grab something to eat. You guys can hang out. I can't bring Rio. Well, I could, but I'm not one of those type of people that go around lying that my dog's a service dog when he's not. There's Brandon Q in his Discord. I got him to say my name, guys. Brandon Q wins. You guys go in his chat right now. Tell him Brandon Q wins. And there's like nobody in his Discord right now. Oh my God. Between you and Blackout Andy, Brandon, I don't know which one of your guys' pictures or mugshot should be in the dictionary under the name incel. Because if they don't have a picture or illustration for that definition, they need to update that ASAP. But it's a toss-up. Between you and Blackout, you guys represent that definition hard, bro. And not in a cool way. I don't think anybody wants to be 40, 50 and a virgin. All right. Rio, I think, is secured. Let's just double check. All right, he is. All right, let's go. Even my man working here agreed with me. Good morning. Oh no, I gotta beat her to the donuts. Oh, damn it. I should have shook right when I went left. All right, let's go get some other stuff and then we'll come back and get a donut. Watch, here's this is how good I am at already basically like what are those people that read the future? Watch here. Here's Brandon Q in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here comes the comment. Huh, look at you, fat ass, getting a donut. You're a fat ass. There we go. I called it. How come I have girls on my live sitting on my lap and you stream with a dog? See, here's the funny thing. You're the same guy, Brandon, that when I do have females that are on my stream, you start complaining because you're the weirdo in my comments going, You just are helping these females with ROs. That's the only reason they talk to you, NJCourts. But then you come on when I don't talk to females and then call me a faggot. But then when I do talk to a female, then you start talking shit. So either way, it doesn't matter. You unfortunately have a disease called jealousy, my friend. You're jealous that you've been trying to be a streamer for shit, probably since 2014. The last 12 years, you know, I mean, this is what you want to be in your life. You know what I mean? I just do this for fun. I do this to expose pieces of shit like you. You, on the other hand, this is like your lifelong dream, what I'm doing right now. And you instead of just working hard at it and being your own dude, this is what you do, man. And it's sad, brother. You're not going to go anywhere, but it's okay. I don't love you per se, but now that I found God, I have to love all humans. So you still being that you came out of a female vagina, I'm assuming you did, you are a human. So I guess I still got to love you, in God's opinion. Oh, not here, good gravy. But you have your opinion. I don't know where you're from, but they don't mess with them here. Plus, Rio can manage himself. And Brandon, anybody can get a girl on their lap for the right price, brother. Where you live, you literally can go right out your door, and for $5, you can get a girl to sit on your lap for a minute, bro. Who are you kidding? I mean, at least be real with yourself. You remind me of Burger Planet. I should have seen that one coming. That's not a new one. Uh-huh. I should have figured the two losers that are still intoxicated from drinking all night last night are still up. And I'm the only streamer on with their notification. Imagine coming in here hating when my notification literally was blasting your ass this morning. I hate NJCourts so much, but I'm the first one in his chat when his notifications go on. But hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Like I said, you've actually been the only person to donate in the last 2 days. So in a way, I kind of have to be very thankful for you. And you also verified that my TTS is working. So appreciate ya. Who said you were hating? See, you're calling yourself that. I didn't call you a hater, Javon. You just called yourself a hater. God, you guys, man, that's what I'm telling you. You incels are so, you're all the same. You guys talk the same, look the same, smell the same. Your houses smell the same, basically like cat shit. And you guys all talk the same. You guys always like to troll, and then when somebody says something, don't even have to say anything back. You guys get all peepee-hurted like, why do you always project? Oh, somebody must be hurt. You know, like that same stupid shit. It's like, bro, you must not know what my life consists of. Like, basically, once I shut this off, I have a whole nother life that consists nothing of you. Versus you guys, once this shuts off, you sit there waiting for my next live stream to go on. You follow me? How's that hating, NJ? I'm not a hater. Even though I'm going to go on my comment section as soon as you end this stream and talk a bunch of shit under my alt. I'm not a hater, NJ.
Welcome. Scan items one at a time, placing them in the bagging area after each scan. For items without barcodes, touch the quick lookup button.
Ooh, that yogurt went up. 39 cents the other morning. Damn it. Should have bought a bunch of them. All right. Hi, how are you? Good morning. I'm doing okay, thank you.
Enter your donut quantity and touch the enter button.
I'm just trying to convince some people on the internet that it's not cool to be a 40-year-old virgin anymore like the movies. They still argue with me, but everybody's got their opinion. All right, donut, one.
Place your donut in the bag, 99.
Finish and pay.
How many store-provided bags?
And these aren't the ones that are saving themselves for marriage. Oh, I forgot to get milk. It's alright, I got some at the get home. I got my donut and yogurt, I'm happy. Have a great day, thank you. Alright, let's go. Yeah, well, here's the thing. They don't care, though. It's the corporation, Roofer. There's a group here that comes here every day and walks out with shit. They don't give a shit. Even the security guard, he's instructed not to do anything, and they know that. So that's what sucks, is because they think it's like a way to like, oh, well, we do it just to, what's that one fancy word, to kind of keep people from doing it. Well, it doesn't work, because the people that are doing it, they already know that these guys aren't going to run out or do shit. So it's not keep preventing. There we go. They're basically just doing it to prevent. They're not preventing anything, because the only people that steal already know that they're not going to chase them. Okay, so you're not preventing anything from happening. Basically, they're just wasting more money hiring a guy to stand there and do nothing, And then what they do is they just tax it on the consumer. So as long as you guys are still willing to pay higher prices, hey, why the fuck should they give a shit? You know what I mean? That's how it works these days, and it's pretty sad. That's why I think people should start learning how to grow their own food more and being self-sufficient more and not having to depend on places like this. And here's what upsets me too, is because even though I might, well, they don't bother you, NJ. Well, here's the thing. There's people like my dad who's a senior that shops here, and I've seen these guys when they barrel out of the store with their, shopping basket full of 300 pounds of meat and shit. Well, they don't stop. They don't give a fuck. And they run over a senior with that shopping cart with all that shit in it. They're going to hurt or kill somebody. Okay, that's why I care. Why did that burger pommy comic trigger you so much, NJ? Look at guys, I triggered NJ. I'm gonna go on my Discord. I'm gonna go on IP2 and say, hey guys, just say something about burger and it triggers him. I have a feeling you must be new to my chat, Javon. You must not know much about me, my man. Or girl. I don't know. I can't even go by your names anymore. You insults surprise me every day. I think I'm talking to a guy and it's like a girl. I think I'm talking to a girl, it's like, dude. Yes, flowers in the hair. If you, we're just having fun now, messing with the insults. If you rewind, probably to about, I was just saying hi for the first 10 minutes. Probably like after the first 10 minutes of the show, I posted the paperwork, basically just verifying everything that we talked about yesterday. We just they didn't have the any of the charges yet on the online system. Now they do. So I posted a copy of that, a screenshot, and you guys now can access that if you want to, click on the details of each charge, which I unfortunately couldn't because it was just a screenshot that I was sharing with you guys since I'm streaming off of Prism. I'm not in front of my laptop. Katie Klosterman, that's a new name. I'll have to look into that. There's been a lot of new names that people have been mentioning in my comment section. I guess there's a whole slew of individuals on the tubes that, from all the different communities, of course, that got in some trouble in the last few days. There's, which is funny because for like on the dudes that are males, I'm telling you, every community's got their own ski mask Andy. I'm not even joking. I shared this with Roofer yesterday. Literally, the two individuals that were sent to me as like, hey, did you see this individual got in trouble? I click on it, right? I start watching their live streams. I'm not even shitting you. They look like him. They dress like him. Maybe he dresses like them. I don't know who's older. They talk like each other. They act like each other. And they all get in the same stupid trouble like each other. I'm not even fucking kidding you, man. Oh, Kate the Turtle. I didn't know that. Oh, you were referring by her public legal name. Okay. She's kind of falls under that category of nobodies, but we have covered her before. So what's going on with old Kate? Drop the T. She's one of the biggest hypocrites in the world. I'll say that. That's my opinion. That lady sits there and judges people like she's fucking, and I'm not even going to use that nun's name because that's not nice. Who's another person? We'll just use a reference. Yeah, she sits there and talks like she's a nun. And boy, if you've ever pulled that girl's record, woo! That's why I just said, Charlie. Who was the other guy? Somebody threw one in my comment. I forgot the guy's name. But yeah, there's a few people that I'm looking into. It was going to be one of my next shows, was kind of this, like, you know, kind of covering some new buddies. I call them new buddies. But then we got hit with this breaking news yesterday, so. So let's see, with old BQ's $3, I think that puts us at 113. So we're getting there. We're creeping up to that $200 dono fundraiser. Well, we're at a fundraiser goal of 500, but I said if we get to 350, I will take off. So we're creeping there. We're getting there. See, well, that's the thing, Roofer. I don't care. You seem like you're a changed man. See, I've said that before. I'm okay with that. Nobody's perfect. It's just the people that still sit there and keep getting in trouble, but then they want to pretend they're not bad people. You know what I mean? Like Ski Mask's a great example. The fuck? I'm actually Boston Chad. I'll get you. I'll even do better. I'm currently working on what's called it's not even a mullet. Okay, my hair's too thin in the back to do a mullet. This is called the Benjamin Franklin. So I'm working on my Benjamin Franklin look right now, which I would say is coming in pretty good. I might even drop you a little selfie here in a second. But basically, I think once I get it just like dialed in, I think it's going to look just like the look you're going for, which is like those British judges. He just popped up yesterday, Donovan. I swear, man, that guy I think has an obsession with me. Everybody thinks I have an obsession with him. It's quite the opposite. Because man, somebody even had messaged me yesterday wondering if he had been in jail. Because I guess he hadn't been on. You know, I don't follow the dude. Okay, but for those few that do, somebody reached out to me and was like, hey, NJ, you know, usually comes on, you know, even now once a week or whatever, and hasn't been on. Can you check to see if he's in jail? I checked and he wasn't. So I just left it at that with them. But apparently, I guess they reached back to me and said he came on yesterday, which is kind of funny. Maybe call it a coincidence that I guess apparently this guy's been off the tubes for a while. But then the day I go live, he just happens to start up a stream. But that was probably a coincidence, right? I remember when people used to say, you need ski mask. Nah, I think that dude's is the way he is now because we ain't covering him no more. I think it's quite the opposite. All right, so where's with the gravy? She has 100. She bought out. Wait. Let's see. Somebody was trying to spill some tea here. Okay, she's been harassing one of my friends online, and now charges are being brought in let's see, California. Interesting, because a lot of this goes on, and the reason people harass people online is because they think because they're from a different zip code, and you know the whole thing of the police are not going to investigate it because you know how it goes. If anybody's been harassed online, basically, if you try calling the let's say the police department from where the person's from that's harassing you, they're most likely going to instruct you that you need to call your department and start a complaint. So then when you start and call them, they say the opposite and say, oh, you need to call them. And then it just goes back and forth. People don't do anything. They get all basically, they get confused, they get frustrated, and then nothing happens. Okay. And that's not even from experience. Okay. You don't even know how many people reach out to me that share the same fucking story, man. And that's what's sad. So I know it's not just something that goes on that person's state or this person's state. It's the whole nation, man. So I'm glad to see that, some states are stepping in and actually doing something, because it's not that hard to get somebody's IP address, all they got to do is just subpoena the number, the Google number they're calling from, they're harassing you from, because that's what they do. They just get a Google number. That's where they're harassing from. They just subpoena the number, and there's all the information, okay? They get the IP number, and generally the person already knows who it is, so all they got to do is just match the IP address, you know, to the person, you know, and boom, bam, and done, okay? I've seen it happen already. So, now let me ask you this. Have these charges already been filed, or this person's in the process of? Oh, that was funny, Donovan. I remember that. Oh, man, those were the good old days. Well, how many times did we go? We went 3 times, I think, right? Remember, the first time was my very first live stream ever, one. And it was my very first court appearance ever, too. And that was the one when he was going hard. I mean, remember, he was kind of like being my buddy, you know, like, ha, 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 he. And then when he really, like, realized that I was really showing up, that's when he was like, fuck you, if you show up, I'm going to KILL you, and la, 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 la. Showed up to, you know, just, like I said, I was just there, you know, report on his court hearing. Nothing else. Never said I was going to go by his family's house or, you know, give him an interview there, nothing like that. Quite the opposite. This guy fucking calls his public defender, because that's when he had a public defender, and said that he had COVID. Oh, man. And then the second time he actually showed up, that's when Stick and me were there. And then the third time I went, it was just me there. And every single time the guy was always figuring out some way to back out of his court hearing. I think the third time when it was just me, he told the security guard that he was a YouTube celebrity and that he had to go in through the back end entrance and that somebody was trying to stalk him. Like, get the fuck out of here, Mr. Midwest Kingpin. That guy, dude, I will say this. He must shit his pants every time they lock him up, because do you realize the world of shit that guy would get in if somebody saw him take off his shirt? Like, I'm talking like a real OG. You know what they're going to do, right? Like, you just think about this. You're a real OG. You're a real gangster, right? And you see some lame-ass white boy, right? Walks into your what do they call it? Not even your cell, your pod, right? And this boy takes off his shirt, and he's got on his fucking arms, Midwest Kingpin. And then he's got 2 Glocks on his chest, like he's some fucking, like, killer. You know what I mean? Killer for hire. And then you go and check him, right? You go and check the dude, and then come find out that he's just some YouTube streamer that got those tattoos so he looked cool. Dude, they'll fuck you up. They don't fuck around. All right? There's no hee-hee, ha-ha, no. Fuck no. That's why that guy, every time he gets put in jail, the first thing he does is says that he's going to do something to himself. That way they put him in the old cuckoo room, you know what I mean? Good morning, Spirit in the Sky Blue. Yeah, that would be like me walking into jail with a teardrop tattoo. What the fuck you think is going to happen? What up, Shepherd? So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. What do I know, right? I don't know shit. I'm just a 42. Well, I will be 42 here soon. I am 41 technically, but on the 22nd, here very soon. And you know I'm going to be doing a birthday stream, right? You know every streamer's always got it. That's their, like, day to fucking e-big and grift and, you know, use the whole, it's my birthday, come on, guys. You guys have to donate. It's Ski Mask's favorite time of the year. He's guaranteed at least, you know, $20 for sure. Ain't no way none of them. I know he's got to have at least one cuckoo still left. That'll throw him a 20 for his birthday. What up, Token? 5150. Oh shit, I could see that. I'll look into that. Wait, is he still in California? I'm assuming that's where I think the last news I had heard he was still down there, and maybe he's not, but that's that West Coast effect, bro. Which I'm just messing around because you saw me. I went to the West Coast and I didn't go crazy. It was quite the opposite. I had a great time. So, Globalist, I'll give you the quick rundown. Basically, we reported a breaking news yesterday, and this morning I just did a quick follow-up on my little walk and talk, which we're almost back to the casa, so we're going to wrap it up here soon. But long story short, old Charles got arrested yesterday. There was a warrant out for his arrest. He was arrested on 3 serious charges. One charge is a charge of rape, one charge of strangulation, and another charge of assault and battery on a family member, which now makes, of the 3 active cases he's facing now, he's got 7 charges. I think all of them are felonies. 2 of them are strangulation charges. 3 of them are assault on battery on a family member charges. And then, you know, the other one's a rape charge, and then the other one I think is there's another one that I'm just missing, but it's either 6 or 7 charges. So yeah, they're pretty serious charges. So he was in jail yesterday on a no bond hold, and he was scheduled for a hearing this morning, an arraignment, having most likely to do with his bond. So my next update will be whether, one, he was released, whether he was issued out a bond, and if he was, whether he's going to be bonded out, or maybe the judge said, you know what, enough's enough, and you're staying in jail until we see you on the 23rd of this month. So I'm going to have to look into all that, but I mean, you can just Google it, and I'm sure it'll, with the way that Google AI works, you know, and again, I wouldn't, you know, throw all my eggs in that basket, but let's just say it's 99% correct. I'm pretty sure it's not going to look too good when you do that Google search. You know, there's always that, you know, time served and good time and all this other stuff that can, you know, equate into a sentence being shorter than what it was. But let's just assume none of that comes into play. I would imagine the guy's at least facing a minimum of 10 years with all the charges. And then, you know, they can always run his sentence concurrent, right? Meaning that, you know, he gets on each charge, you know, say 6 of them 10 years and 1 25, you know, or 6 of them 10 years, or 6 of them 5 years and 1 10 years. It's not going to be 5 plus 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 10. He's just going to have to serve the highest amount of time, which is the 10-year sentence, and that's what a concurrent charge or concurrent sentence is. So it's who knows, but it's you know, for a guy that's probably not made for that shit. I'm sure he's not in a great position right now. I don't think anybody would. And you know, again, you know, everybody, you know, whenever you get put in these positions, most of the time, and I'm not going to say 100%, people do get, you know, put in jail sometimes and for wrongful things, but 99.9% of the time, it's generally you got yourself into that predicament. So I don't really have any compassion for anybody generally that goes to jail. So, but again, he still has his time in court, right? So he hasn't been sentenced. He hasn't been found guilty on any of these charges yet. So how's this old saying go? You're until proven guilty in the court of law. You know what I mean? They always say it at the end, at the beginning of Cops. Disclaimer: all people on this show are assumed not guilty until proven in the court of law, or some shit like that. There you go. Well, good gravy. That's the job of the court and the job of everybody that's representing the, you know, the state and Charles, is to get down to the nitty-gritty of that. Obviously, I wouldn't think somebody would be arrested without the police doing somewhat of an investigation, and that's why I'm trying to obtain the police report, because you know, like I said, sure, people can give us their side of the story, and I'm not trying to say what Sunset City 13 said was incorrect or bullshit or smoke, not at all. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't care if the goddamn Pope came on yesterday and gave his side of the story. I'm not going to confirm anything, or I'm not going to give my 2 cents, until I can see everything, and basically that's what I'm waiting on, is hoping to get this incident report so that we can see exactly what led to these police putting those handcuffs on him and arresting him for those 3 charges yesterday. And remember, there was already charges that were active way before this. This has been he's had and I don't even know past record. I'm just talking when we started coverage on Charles was of last year. Whenever he got the second, I didn't even know about the first assault and battery charge on a family member. I had been covering on the second one, is when he came to play in our channel. Then when we were investigating that charge is when we found out that he had, the month before, had picked up a assault and battery charge on a family member. So, this has been going on for a while now. And there was even a time just not too long ago where there was a motion in court for them breaking, or him I don't know how they consider it, them or him breaking the conditions of his bond. Because somebody had submitted, I think it was, an anonymous tip or whatever. I didn't get much information on it. Basically, all I could see was just how, when they updated the information on the internet's website, was that basically they, I guess, dismissed that hearing, or whatever you want to call it, because it wasn't enough evidence to prove that they were, living together or in contact with each other. So I don't even know the details of all that, but that's even been made aware to the court, and in their opinion, they said no. You know what I mean? So those are the people that are making the decisions right now, not us. We can have our opinions by all means, but at the end of the day, it's the court that's making these decisions, and God, depending on what you believe in. What up, Governor Josh Flippin' Hot? Your name, bro, makes me laugh all the time. I got a nickel bag arrest. The Supreme Court went down to lawyer. Now cops die every time I apply for food stamps. Well, there you go. I didn't understand a single thing you said. I'll have to it's still a little early, but I'm sure I'll understand some of it. All right, y'all. Let's see. If you go on yesterday's, I don't want to make any guesses. So if you actually watch yesterday's VOD, you don't even have to start when I start. Just start when she comes on. She mentions, I think I asked her about that at some point, and she talks about that. Yeah, because what I was confused is, the RO was just recent. The no contact order was the one that was put in play, and that's where I think me and a lot of people were getting confused, that there had already been an RO put in place, and there wasn't. That, I think, was just recently. What was put in place was the no contact order by the judge because of the charges and everything going on, because it was a DV incident, related incident. Allegedly. And then in the court's opinion, they decided that they didn't. So they went ahead and moved forward with that and decided that he didn't break contact. Hey, you guys want a little from my garden people? Let me give you a little update since we're in the backyard. Come on, Rio. Get Rio some water. Show you my plants. So, and I'll kind of give you the dilemma I'm dealing with right now. I've got a little tomato picker, and it's a little scary because I don't think it's a bird. I don't think it's a cat. Whatever it is, it's big. That's what's kind of scary about this, because it was snatching my tomatoes, which I didn't like. Is that a shit? God damn, get away from that, Rio. I thought that was a fucking egg that broke. But anyways, long story short, some type of creature, or maybe it's a fucking human. It's not Rio or Dobby, I know that, has been taking my tomatoes. Now, I'm a little upset. Usually I wouldn't care, but these are some badass tomatoes. These are some, like, fucking very unique strains of tomatoes. Some that I've never even tried. As a matter of fact, I'll show you one. If I don't pick this one today, I guarantee it'll be gone tonight. And see, I don't know when this little thing comes. I say little, but let's just put it this way. I had a big, beautiful fucking tomato. This one, I don't even know what they call it. Looks like a pumpkin. I think it's like a Russian basket or something. Almost looks like a basket. Badass, beautiful tomato, okay? It was almost done growing. I had been babying this thing. Boom. This thing didn't even take it. Just to kind of give me the middle finger, you know what it did? It bit half of it. And then it left the other half, like kind of like, fuck you. And that's what kind of scared me, because it's a big fucking bite, dude. So it ain't no bird. I've not seen any tracks. I don't know, man. It could be a goddamn ghost for all I know. But anyways, I've got these little tomatoes. I call these the African titties. If you have a little bit of humor, you'll understand why I call them the Oh, well, one African titty's ready to go. But, yeah, they're pretty unique, kind of eggplant-looking thingamabobbers. But, yeah, I've got a few of these ones. I've got those, like, Russian basket ones that look like a fucking pumpkin. But anyways, so those are my tomatoes. So shout out to the Organic Nutmegger. They're the ones that actually... oh, I got a doctor's appointment here soon. Okay, good. I'm glad I put that reminder. Fuck, what time is it? Okay, good. It's in 1 hour. I'm good. But anyways, remember, these were sent by me. They were little, tiny, little things, okay? They're now matured and now growing fruit. So again, thank you, Organic Nutmegger, for those tomato starts. I took care of them, and they're still doing great. And then this is my bad boy. Here's my lady. Now, I am a little sad. I had 2 of these, but I had to bury one of them because it ended up being a male plant. So, it was kind of sad because it was a nice, beautiful, big plant, man. I didn't think it was a male, actually. The way it was growing, I thought for sure it was a female. So, I only grew 2. I planted 2, and I'm glad I did plant 2. I only had planted 1, which was this one. And then I'm glad that somebody had told me, I think it was you, Roofer, that said, you better plant a second one in case that one's a male. And I'm glad I listened, because let's just put it this way. Had I not planted this one, I would have been so pissed. So, here we go. Here it is. I'm showing it, Roofer. Let me get you one from kind of the back so you kind of see. I'd say it's probably about 3 feet, maybe, from ground up. Hey, thank you, Good Gravy. Hey, thank you, and Pinto and Pepita. They're doing great. Dobby's doing good. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to introduce you guys to my spiders. A lot of you guys that are new haven't met my spoods yet. Oh, yes, I have pet spiders. You heard me right. They've even been on chat. And then I grew some sunflowers not too long ago, so my sunflowers are starting to pop up. But yeah, this for sure is a lady. I've confirmed that. So, yeah, hopefully this will grow me some really nice. This is a really nice strain, too. This ain't any of that seed shit that I got in my little ounce, you know what I mean? This was some, like, real seeds, you know what I mean? Like, expensive seed shit. So, again, shout out to the Organic Nutmegger for those seeds and the tomato starts. I think this one's called... Let's see. Yeah, this is it right here. This one is Sherbert, hold on. Sherb root beer. What do they call it again? A collab or whatever you want to call it, mixed with dulce. Sherb root beer and dulce. It's the birds, huh? You think it's a bird? I hear them. They're always flapping around here, you little motherfuckers. Maybe it's payback for me fucking with them with the drone. No, I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye. I got to get ready for a little doctor's appointment. Make sure I'm still healthy, you know. But thank you guys for joining me on this walk. Rio wants to say bye too. Rio, say bye. Oh. I don't know if you guys can see Rio. There he is. But, yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Yeah, it's to Thursday. I'll be following up with some more updates once they come in. I owe you guys, if they approve my FOIA request, I did request booking photos for a lot of the people that we've done recent updates on. Incident reports, so hopefully those will be coming in this week. By the end of this week, we only got one more day because you know how the city and state people work. They don't do shit on the weekends because they're not in the office. Crossbred, thank you, Donovan. I keep forgetting what that means. Crossbred, thank you. I do got a lot of updates that'll be coming along. They might even come in the form of me coming on live, just doing something small like this, doing an actual show behind the computer, or just posting something on the, the community post. So... NJ farts, NJ shorts, whatever floats your boat, Alan G. But I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you to the individual that even was kind enough to donate either from their allowance or from the taxpayers of New Mexico. A $3 donation that is going to be applied towards our fundraiser goal, which we are now at 113 of 500. So we're getting there. And as soon as we reach 350, I'm off on the Midwest IRL road trip tour. I promise that. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Please be safe. For the most part, I think weather-wise, there's going to be a, what do they call those? A little hot streak in the southwest. So if you're in the southwest area, keep hydrated, stay cool. For those of you that might be in areas where there's some flooding going on, please be safe and take care of yourself. Might even look into a few of these videos to teach you on what to do in emergencies like that, because you never know when it comes in handy. All right? Don't forget, keep that head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while. Take some time to love somebody. I love you guys as always. And NJCourts is officially out of here. How many they do? I think it's quite a bit of them. They've got to, like, can have so many kids and then adults. I think it's like 8. As long as you don't have more than 8 adult plants, I think you're good per person, if I'm not mistaken, per person. So it's a lot, especially if you get a big plant. Oh man, shit! My big plant last year put out probably 1.5 pounds, I think, or almost a couple of pounds. So yeah, you can harvest a lot just on one big plant. This one was a Sherb root beer crossbred with dulce. See, I remember the crossbred. It's one of my special ones. This was a special seed or a package of seeds that were sent to me by a kind viewer, along with these beautiful tomato plants. Came all the way from the East Coast, which is really cool. Literally, these tomato plants were little baby plants that came in a box, mailed from the East Coast, survived all the way through here in the mail, survived our temperature here, you know. I got them acquainted with the temperature before I planted them, transplanted them, then transplanted them, and now we've got our first, technically, where did I put it? First tomato we're going to be eating that, if you want to be official about it, was officially or technically grown as a seed in the East Coast, and then because of the beauty of mail and the transportation system, was able to be transported over here to the west side or southwest, and now I get to enjoy a fruit of that plant. How cool is that, huh? Oh, there it is. It's in my pocket. Hold on. There we go. So chop that up and put in a little salad, or maybe in a little, you know what? I'm going to put this in I'm going to scramble an egg and make me a little omelet with a little tomato in it. There we go. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Love you guys. Take care. NJCourts is out. Peace. Oh, wait, you guys want to say hi to Dobby really quick? Dobby came out. He wants to say hi. Dobby, say hi. Oh, he wants some. He thinks my yogurt's for him. Oh, hey, Dobby, be nice. That wasn't a real hi. Say hello? Okay, and he's too busy. Dobby's turn. See, you guys filled his head too much with the self-celebrity YouTube. He thinks he's a YouTube pet celebrity now. He don't even come and say hi anymore. He barely even shows up on the shows. So your guys' fault. See what you did? You made him this. Just kidding. All right, everybody. Love you guys. Peace.